ఇవాల్టి ఫస్ట్ పార్టిసిపెంట్ హోటల్ రిజర్వేషన్ కాన్సెప్ట్ తో శేఖర్ సంధు ఫ్రమ్ ఎనీటైమ్ నుంచి వస్తున్నారు. వెల్కమ్ టు శేఖర్ సంధు.
So essentially we're trying to create a new category of service called micro stays, wherein a consumer will be empowered to book a hotel room only for the portion of the day they need. They don't have to book for the entire day. Okay, they can book the hotel room by hours based on their need. So this all started an year and a half back when me and my other co-founder, first business which we are running a branded chain of hotels and service departments across Hyderabad city. So one of our customer called us and requested a room for few hours. So we had to say no because that's not how the hotel business is run. We cannot give rooms on hourly basis. So, but as time went by, what we observed was we started getting similar requests from other customers too. Either they are coming to city for visiting a doctor for the medical purpose, or they're coming to give a test for a college admission, or they're on the small business trip. So these requests were increasing month on month. That's when we thought, okay, there is a demand towards it. Why don't we launch this kind of a service? So picked up from that experience of understanding, then we started offering rooms in our hotels and service departments for micro stays. So the result was as expected. There is a significant increase of our revenues for the hotel, and we were able to bring down the cost of the spend for the customer by at least by 30%. So now the next question comes, you may ask me, is there a real big business demand, or there is a big opportunity to build a business around this model? I would say yes, because the data point proves so. I mean, if you look at the online hotel market in India per se, it's around $2.5 billion business, and which is growing around 2.5x year on year. So it means it's going to become a $11 billion business, only online hotel bookings in next 5 years. So out of which the recent data report submitted by Indian Hotel Research Organization says that 100 million travelers in India struggling to find a room only for a small duration of the day. And on the other side, there are 100 million hotel rooms which are vacant in the Indian market, because Indian hotel industry occupancy rate, that's how they call it as, it is only 55%. So this says there is an opportunity, big opportunity to chase.
So what are you, online portal?
Yeah, it's an online portal. It's an online app-based portal for the user. From the hotel point of view, we have an app as well as a browser interface.
What is your website called?
Anytime, anytime.com.
The website is called Anytime.
Anytime.
Okay.
How long is this operational so far?
It's an year and a half year old company. In terms of pilot, we are in the market from last 6 months. Right now, we are piloting in Hyderabad and Tirupati.
And how many stays were you able to fulfill?
We've booked around 700 stays as of today.
So you have signed up only Hyderabad and Chennai?
Tirupati.
Hyderabad and Tirupati?
Tirupati, yeah.
See, for example, if it's 24 hours,
yes,
on a room, a hotelier may earn 2,500 rupees.
Right, correct.
On a per hour booking, what is the...
So it's a pre-packed hours. When I say hourly, you will not be in a position to book for 1 hour, 2 hours. We pre-packed into 6 hours, 12 and
fair enough.
hours.
So what would be that? What is the margin?
I'll give you an indication. If it is a 6-hour slot, it will be anywhere around 25% to 30% of the rack rate. If let's say full day, not 25%, 50%. Yeah. If a full day is 2,000 rupees, a 6-hour slot may get at 1,000 rupees for the hotel.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that way actually the margins are higher. So
margins are higher, relatively higher.
And what has been the feedback from the hoteliers so far?
I would say industry has acknowledged that there is a market which is going to open. Is the large group is Lemon Tree. We have partnered with Lemon Tree. Lemon Tree was on our board. When we started talking to Lemon Tree, they were not in the line of business. This was not an core offering for them. But when we started generating revenue from them, they felt that there is a good opportunity. Then they have opened up this line of separate business, that itself shows such a large brand acknowledging that there is a market as opportunity.
Who is your competition? I mean, what is stopping Make My Trip or somebody else? If there is a proper business case for this, why didn't they get into this business?
They might get into. There is either it can be a Make My Trip or GoBigger. Today they both are the same after the merger. See, there are 2-3 things what we need to say. The current platform, what Make My Trip or GoBigger will not enable them to launch this kind of offer. Those platforms are configured for 24 hours stay.
So I'll just go technology change.
I'll just go a little bit deep. It's they can get into it eventually, but they may not be in a position to do it for 2 reasons. One thing is the way they work is there are 3 layers of technology. Make My Trip platform, then they call hotel property management system. That's where the hotel manage the PMS. Between these two, there will be an intermediary layer called channel manager. These are neutral platforms through which a hotel distributes channel manager inventory, and in channel manager distributes to Make My Trip, GoBigger, like this, right? All these layers are configured only for 24 hours as inventory. Why? all of these players adopted this platform from the airline industry. As hotels such they never had a matured platform to distribute inventory. So all these layers has to go for a change. It will take some time. That's technical reason. The other reason is, even if Make My Trip want to do it, they might do it as a separate brand, but they will not offer it as the core, because they're going to cannibalize the 24 hours. That's the core play. So they might launch it as a separate brand or as a new entity altogether. If that is what they're trying to do, there is a good partnership opportunity available for us to look at.
So what were your operational challenges so far?
The biggest challenge we face today is get the customer acquisition cost low, and figuring out that's been the only
So
challenge.
what's your cost for a customer acquisition today?
Right now it is on 100 rupees. I have to admit it, because that's the reason my number also not went that high.
Do you have some corporate tie-ups or something like that?
Yes, we are doing a demand side aggregation also, not just on the B2C side of B2B. If we can bring in, that's when the volumes can go up. So we're talking to various different corporates, travel agents, airlines. So demand aggregation can also come into the system, so that eventually it might come down further.
ఈ రోజు నేను వెళ్ళి మీ వెబ్సైట్కి వెళ్ళి
Ha.
ఇన్స్టెంట్గా నాకు మధ్యాహ్నం తిరుపతిలో పలానా టైం నుంచి పలానా టైంకి నాకు రూమ్ కావాలి అంటే ఇన్స్టెంట్ ఆన్సర్ రాదు. దట్స్ వాట్ ఐమ్ ట్రైంగ్.
Instant ka book chesko. There are two types of listings you will see when you go to an app. Seeing some hotels, you will see a golden color key. It's called instant book. That means the hotel is ready for you to book.
Okay.
The other hotels, you will see a enquiry symbol. That means that you need to send an enquiry to that hotel. So you can make a choice depending upon how much time you have available to make a reservation.
వీళ్ళు 2 అవర్స్కి 4 అవర్స్కి స్లాట్స్ ఇస్తున్నారంటే
Yes.
ఈ హోటల్ అంత మంచి హోటల్ కాదేమో అని అనుమానం కస్టమర్కి వస్తుంది. కస్టమర్ పర్సెప్షన్ దాని మీద ఏమైనా సర్వే చేశారా మీరు?
Today, if you look at the digital consumption, most of the consumer make a decision only after reading a certain amount of reviews and all. So that was not a situation which we have come across, honestly.
What is your margin in
Yeah.
this? And secondly, what is the funding that you are looking for?
Yeah, so we're trying to write 500K at this stage.
You're trying to raise 500K.
500K
Dollars.
at this stage. Yeah, $500K. 3.5 crore, I would say.
ఓకే.
So in terms of our revenue model, we call it as a cut and pay. We deduct our pre-agreed commission from the hotel and transfer the balance to the hotels, and we operate at 15%, trying to take it up to 22% in the next 3-4 years.
And what is the general in the industry, in the hotel industry, what is the margins that Make My Trip?
Established players take around 20% upwards.
Okay.
Yeah, if it depends on the hotel also. If they are dealing with a large hotel group, when they have bargaining capacity, they might come down to 15% as well, but anywhere between 50 to 25%.
Okay.
So ఇప్పుడు 3.5 crores what is the primary use of this 3.5 crores?
Technology interfaces we need to launch more. Right now we only have Android app for the consumer. We're looking at iOS app and also the browser version. So we cannot, this model cannot be an app only model. You need to have all the models.
Technology
and also build the team, and little bit of innovation has to go up. So it will go into sales and marketing, technology investments, as well as the customer acquisition.
How big is your team today?
We're around 8 people. Thanks.
Thank you.
థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Thank you.